Call to order, Town of North Branford, Water Pollution Control Authority, regular Town Council meeting, North Branford, Connecticut, Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, at 7:38 p.m. We will start with a salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. First and foremost, I want to apologize to those who may be watching online. We ran a little bit over on our workshop prior, so we're starting the regular meeting here a little late. Thanks for staying with us. Michelle, if you would please provide roll call.
Mayor Dillon.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Zampiano.
Here.
Councilor Abelson.
Here.
Councilor Angeloni.
Here.
Councilor Garza.
Here.
Councilor Rose.
Here.
Councilor Nay.
Here.
Councilor Palladino.
Here.
Councilor Puccio.
Here. Okay. I'll accept motion for the meetings of the previous minutes for the previous meeting. December 20th, 2022, regular town council meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to table these, as there's corrections that need to be made in section 8C and section 11. I think it doesn't flow as to what the topics are there, so those areas need to be corrected, so.
Okay. We can,
They have been sent back, but they might not have been printed.
I didn't receive any changes.
all right, we'll table them for now. We can follow up with town manager Downs when those are taken care of. All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to the water pollution. Oh, go ahead.
Well, we need,
Oh, of course, table, yes. Second the table, thank you. My mind's not working now after lots of ARPA thought. All right, motion by Councilor Angeloni, second by Deputy Mayor Zampano. Any discussion?
No discussion on the motion to table.
No discussion, thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you, sir. Okay, on to the Water Pollution Control Authority agenda. Item 3, correspondence citizen statements. Are there seeing none? Unfinished business, there's none. New business, likewise none. And citizen statements and petitions? I see none. Okay. Move on to the regular town council meeting. Item 7, reports of committees, boards, and commissions. Item A, Economic Development Commission.
The next meeting for economic development is Monday, this coming Monday, January 9th.
Okay. Thank you. Item B, Parks and Recreation.
their next scheduled meeting is January 24th.
Okay. Item C, Police Commission.
Okay, the Police Commission met on December 12th, and I'd like to bring you up to date on a few things. The part-time dispatcher that was hired last month requested to resign from the part-time position. The part-time position for the dispatchers, you know, that town council approved going to a full-time. That position for a full-time has been posted internally with the clerical union. If there are no internal applications, then it'll be posted externally. The hope is to have a new dispatcher before the end of January and fully trained by the beginning of February. Also, you know, the town council approved the order to replace the unsupported body cameras and lasers. I need to give you some good news, and I have to thank Deputy Chief. He was able to save the town another $11,666.
Awesome.
So overall, we did very well, and the police department's so happy to be getting these new lasers and body cameras. The next meeting will be January 9th.
Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, on to Fire Commission.
The next meeting is the 5th, this Thursday night.
Thank you. On to item E, Planning and Zoning Commission.
Next meeting, January 5th.
Thank you. On to item F, Finance Subcommittee.
Our next meeting is January 10th. 10th.
Okay. On to item G, Public Safety Communications Subcommittee.
Yes, again, I'm sorry to be one to have a lot to do here, but the chief did share some things with me that I think you should know. First of all, the construction of the tower the Homeland Tower. They've cut a road from Clintonville Road to the tower site. They've also installed the conduits for the utilities, the fiber, and for the electric. So the police chief has been advised that the tower should be tenant-ready by the end of March, which is really great. The tower at Tilcon Mountain is complete, and now they're just waiting for the approval to put the town's equipment on that tower. The police, the fire, and Public Works have met with Motorola, and they've developed a fleet mapping for the radio system. That means so they connect all the different departments together, make sure that they're all working together. Then Motorola will be installing the subscriber units, the car radios, in the vehicles beginning January 19th. So overall, according to the chief, they expect this whole move to our new communication system to be completed by the end of June, which I think is great news.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay. All right, and on to CIWWA.
Okay, the inland wetlands met on December 14th. They're dealing with 2 violations of inland wetland. They've advised the town attorney, and their next meeting will be January 25th.
Thank you very much. All right, on to item 8, town manager's report. Mr. Downs, your show.
Thank you, Mayor, Town Council. It's been fairly quiet over the last 2 weeks with the holidays, but there are some important updates. The COTS system, advised the council last week of a global issue that the COTS system is having relative to a cyber attack. The COTS system administers our land record system, and they came down on December 26th as a precaution while the attack was investigated. This additionally impacts marriage licenses and dog licenses, but our town clerk, Lisa Valenti, and her team have been able to work around those 2 issues. This issue is international, and here in Connecticut it impacts about 85, 90 towns approximately. We understand that our data is secure at this point and is not exposed, and we were told today that the system is likely to go up tomorrow, and we're hopeful that it does. COVID rapid home tests, we've been making COVID rapid home tests available to residents at both my office here in Town Hall and at the front desk at Park and Rec and Senior Center at Stanley T. Williams, and we've distributed hundreds already. The tests are also available again through the federal government, and 4 tests per household can be requested directly online at covid.gov/tests. Our new town planner, David Perkins, started work here in Town Hall today, and you're going to meet him a little later on during this meeting. Our new website, there's no new real update here over the prior 2 weeks. Our work with Civic Plus continues, and we have a working meeting scheduled with them next Tuesday to continue our process and remain on track for the springtime launch. Christmas tree collection, just to remind everyone that Christmas tree collections will go from January 3rd to 14th this year. Just place your tree curbside for collection on the same day as your regular trash collection, and there should be no ornaments, decorations, or tinsel remaining on it when you place it curbside. Tomorrow I'll be attending the opening day of the state legislature at the state capitol, as well as the inaugural festivities, seeing our legislative delegation. My first visit there this year, and what I expect will be several in the interest of promoting our town's interests. And also on a side note, I'm pleased to inform you that my wife, Tara Downs, also a former member of this town council, will be sworn in as the Deputy Comptroller of the State of Connecticut tomorrow afternoon, and I offer her congratulations, as I know she'll do an amazing job in this new role. And they're also swearing in a governor and some other people.
Tara, of course,
Yes.
that's fantastic.
That concludes my general updates.
Okay. Before we go into Permanent Projects Building Committee, as part of the town manager's report, we were going to hear from the town attorney.
Sure, this being your first meeting in January, we usually remind municipalities of some of the things you have to keep cognizant of during the year. And that includes the basics, Robert's rules that governs all your proceedings, both committees and this body as a whole, and the Freedom of Information Act, which, as many of you know, governs not only meetings, notices, agendas, things like that, but communications as well. So I typically remind folks that you cannot conduct the public's business in private. You cannot have emails discussing matters of public concern. Emails can discuss scheduling of meetings, but not substantive issues on items. So just as a friendly reminder, executive sessions are okay, as are caucuses, but things said in executive sessions when we go in have to remain an executive session. They're confidential for a reason, but they're allowed under the Freedom of Information Act. So those are just the general reminders for everyone every January. If you ever have any questions about freedom of information or Robert's issues, we're here to reach out to us.
Thank you, sir. All right, on to item B, Permanent Project Building Committee.
Thank you. With our 4 projects, Stanley T. Williams Community Center and Senior Center, the roof replacement bids were opened on the 14th of December, and they're being reviewed, and a potential recommended award will be made on January 9th.
Did they come in within our budget, or what the amount of money we got from the state?
I'm going to have to go back and check at that. I'm
Okay,
not
I was
certain
just-
offhand.
'cause
Yeah,
I think we got 1.6.
yeah, right.
So I'm just curious. And I know we put something in CIP for the Stanley T. Williams project also, but
Right.
just curious as to whether we're within that cost range.
North Branford Police Department, as you'll recall from the last meeting, we got the review conclusion on the tribal review, and it was noted that we're compliant, so we're ready to still commence this work this month. The official FEMA sub-grant award to the town has been made, and the approval of this grant is on your agenda for this meeting. I'm not certain on the exact start date yet, but once we've signed that paperwork and submitted it, we should be given the official go-ahead and be able to set that date up, and we'll notify everybody when that's ready to go. North Branford Intermediate School drawings and specs are being finalized, and we're planning for a January advertisement. And North Branford High School, the rooftop units are coming in. We're on track for the mid-February move still, and the Phase 1 punch list items are being worked through at this time, as well as furniture being delivered and being placed. That concludes my report on the Permanent Project Building Committee.
Thank you, sir. Exciting. Coming almost to a close in that first phase. Okay, item 9, community events and presentations. Seeing none. Moving on to item 10, citizen statements, petitions, and correspondence. I don't see any out there. No? Okay. Anything online?
Negative.
Thank you, sir. All right, item 11, resignations and appointments. I see none. Okay, and unfinished business, discussion and action. Likewise, I see none. Number 13, new business, discussion and action. Introduction of David Perkins, North Branford's new town planner. Welcome, David.
That's me.
Excited to have you.
I'm glad I wore the appropriate vest.
Yes.
I worked for the town of Stafford for the last 5.5 years, which is 60 miles away from my home in Short Beach.
Wow.
So I'm quite happy to be working in North Branford and driving 6 miles to get to work. Similar sized town, similar agricultural town with businesses as well. Looking forward to dealing with the wetlands, ZBA, and the planning commission, and helping the future of North Branford.
Thank you, David. We've heard a lot of great things about you. We're excited to have you come aboard. We look forward to working together.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet
If
you.
you have any
Welcome.
questions, give me a holler.
Sure. When's your first start day?
Today.
Was it today?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
It was the
Wonderful.
first day.
Well, you jumped right in, right into a council meeting.
Jump
first.
right in. Yeah, right, we'll have planning and zoning later in the week. and
Great.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you, and we're glad your commute is much better.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Take
Good
care.
luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Good news to get. Okay. Confirmation of beneficial accounts, solar farm at 275/279 Totucket Road.
Right, as you'll note with the cover memo, so we're looking to just establish and codify the town council's approval of which of the beneficiary accounts from United Illuminating will get the beneficiary action from the solar farm. So the list that goes along with this, and I know I papered you pretty badly with the contents there, but essentially the beneficial accounts was the last item listing all the ones that the town has. So if you wanted to modify them from the list that UI currently has slated to go, you could use that list to modify which ones you wanted to select as being the beneficiary. You are, as I noted there, able to designate more than that amount, but it would just spread the benefit out across all of them as opposed to expanding how much benefit you get.
Well, so, like, some of them that are listed on here, when you see all of them listed, it looks like it's page 52. If you open up Mike's email, the attachment, and it has all the town accounts that are UI, I'm assuming that's the list that we picked from.
Correct.
So, like, one of them is the police department at Forest Road. Well, the current police department's on UI, but when it gets built across the street, isn't it gonna be Wallingford Electric?
I believe so, yes.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So we might only have it for a year. So wouldn't it be beneficial to pick more than just 5 for each location? Because I think originally they just, on their paperwork, it has like 5 of them.
Right. They actually, and one of them, of course, there's 4 from the town on each side, and there's 1 relative to the Page Farm, of course, which is
Right.
the host site. So, yeah, you certainly could pick more than, again, how many you have listed there
Well,
designated.
I mean, don't we want to use up, if possible, all of the energy that's generated? Because if we don't, I believe there's some kind of penalty, or it's now able for them to sell to someone else.
Right. I'm not sure that it's relative to how much generation there is per designated beneficiary account. I think you're just designating which counts receive a financial relief, essentially.
Right, but if we, let's say
Right.
we only picked 4,
Yep.
and those 4 didn't use up all of the,
I mean, they didn't
Oh, right,
tally up
sure.
that
they
much
didn't,
of a bill.
right, and there's
Right.
still some left
I
over.
think they can sell that energy on
Right,
their
so
own.
why wouldn't it be beneficial for us then to designate more so that we have more spots there?
If we have
Sure, I see
more
what you're saying.
buildings we can allocate it to.
So, let's look at just one account, like say the high school, just for instance.
Yep.
Can the high school actually use all the benefit we would get out of that?
I'm not sure.
The reason why I'm asking is.
Probably, I would tend to
Well,
think,
the
but,
reason why I'm asking is, then it doesn't matter, right? We could just say, we'll
Right.
take all the credit right here because it's for the town.
sure.
So, so dividing it up amongst, more than what we need accounts, it doesn't really do anything for us, right?
I mean,
I understand what your point, we don't wanna leave anything
Yeah,
on the
we
table.
want to fill the thermometer up.
Right.
as
Well,
high.
but I guess my
Do you have-
question is.
Do you have any idea what the electrical,
I'll get hold of the board of ed, get the.
yeah, because it was originally proposed, it was only gonna be like, what, 100,000, not only, I mean. it's-
Well,
Like
the-
93,000.
Like
well, the
93,000.
savings would be roughly $100,000.
Yeah, roughly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we spent, that's.
Somewhere between 100 and 120, because it's more in the beginning years,
Yeah.
and then it
Right.
backs off a little bit.
Right.
So I think they
Yeah.
said the average was about $100,000
Yes.
a year. And yes, most of it would be going on the Board of Ed side,
Right.
because you have Jerome, the high school, and the middle school,
Right.
and the auditorium.
In the auditorium.
Right.
So those would be,
Yeah, I was just thinking like,
Sure.
we're looking at the town as a whole, as long as we get we can utilize all that credit, then it should be fine, right?
right.
That's all I was thinking.
I just have a question. Why does MVIS have MVIS lights, but high school doesn't have lights? Is that the outdoor lights in front of MVIS?
Yeah, they're
so-
metered
Well,
differently,
wouldn't there be
so,
lights in the back of the high school?
Well, there's lights on the football
The stadium.
field.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
there are some lighting,
So I don't
there's
understand
obviously
why that
lighting
would-
Well,
around.
it might be tied into their original.
I think it's
meter,
tied to
Okay, I
the
was just
meter,
curious
same
as to
meter
why there
account,
wasn't.
probably.
though. Well, because Memorial, the tennis courts and basketball courts have their own switch and meter, because people can turn those on themselves.
Okay, I just would make sure that.
Whereas the high school, there's a key, like for the stadium field,
Right.
that is locked inside, and they have to turn it in, so it might be connected.
I
Right,
just wanted to make sure we didn't miss that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because this list is just all the specific metered accounts that the
Oh,
town
I see,
actually
okay.
has, so that's how it's separated out.
Mike, do we get something, or do we see exactly how much electricity that solar farm puts out every month? Do we get like a statement?
Yeah, we should. It may be, I'm not sure if it'll be monthly or quarterly, but you'll get a statement about it, yeah.
We'll be able to see exactly what it's producing.
Did it
And it did go
officially
online.
open?
Yep, it's online now.
It's online, it just recently came online. It hasn't been online that
Yeah,
long.
yeah, some
Right.
of them, they're working today as well.
And we're still scheduling to do a March 16th, kind of technically.
Right.
I guess the prayer is that the weather will be better for it.
The 16th.
The 16th of March for the ribbon cutting for it.
Let's hope for an early
Yeah, we
spring.
won't have
When's the groundhound supposed to see his shadow or not?
February 2nd.
That's
Six months.
okay.
Wouldn't be enough at the
We're
time.
rooting for.
We
Okay.
don't all and-
Any other questions or discussion on this?
Well, so we have to, the whole reason it was on the agenda.
Right, is
the
is the designated accounts.
Designate the,
Yep.
Is to
grant.
designate them. It's at the very beginning of the motion.
I agree, I don't know why we wouldn't just designate everything. Can we
Well-
designate all? And it just, if we don't.
You can,
get
it would
the-
just spread the benefit out across all of them evenly.
I like that idea.
Yeah, this way
Yeah.
here, we fill we fill the bucket, per se.
Yeah, we don't leave anything.
I don't know why we would leave one out if they're on the list.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly where we are. Why don't we just designate them all evenly, pro capa type environment?
Anthony, would that mean that each account would have a separate line for the benefit? On the P and L or?
Right, I believe on the bill, there'll be credit reflected.
No, I mean, when we're looking at,
The monthly report,
our financials, would we see a line saying how much credit we got?
probably not.
Should we?
Well, all you're getting, remember, is just the expenditure out the door, so it would be a net number of the usage minus whatever credit we got. I could definitely track that separately and give it to finance and give it to the council on a regular basis. But that expenditure report just shows what's actually expended out the door to the UI.
Which is already net.
It's already netted, but I could definitely track it on the side for you.
It might be important, especially with the electric rates going up starting this month, right? So we can at least see that we truly are saving.
Sure. Yeah, I just, on the bill, I'll identify the amount of the credit that we get, and I can just make copies and provide them to the council.
So I'd like to make a motion to designate all town accounts listed with the UI as beneficiaries to the solar fund.
Second.
I would, before I accept the second in the motion, motion by Councilor Angelini, second by Councilor Diamond. In discussion, my question would be, does that motion include Robert Page Farm with saying all their town accounts?
Well, he's automatic because
Okay, because
this-
he's, okay.
You don't have to designate it.
Okay, good, I didn't know, I just wanted to make sure that we're.
He
leaving that
already
out.
gets it because this grant,
Was
this whole
because of-
program was designated because of Page's
Of course,
Farm.
good.
He had to be on it.
Yes, that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure the
We're the
motion-
ancillary, he's
Okay.
the primary.
All right, so the motion is encompassing of those as well. Wonderful, okay. So that would be my discussion. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Thank you. Okay, looks like we're on to item 14, citizen statements and petitions.
No.
Uh,
C,
13C.
Oh, C, sorry, my bad. I checked it off the wrong way. Thank you. Resolution of authorizing town manager to sign FEMA and DMS grant acceptance of $1 million for the new police station EOC project. Grant number 022C099A.
Right, and this is on your agenda. As you know, back on October 18th, there was a blanket authorization for me with FEMA grants administered through Demis, but it was judged by legal counsel that it was probably better to have one specific motion relative to this grant for a number of reasons, both legal and for accounting purposes. So that's why that's before you, specific to this grant
This is
application tonight.
the $1 million that FEMA has relayed to us.
Correct.
Brian, this all looks
I'd
good?
like to make a motion.
We should be done.
It's a long one. Okay. Whereas on December 27, 2022, the Connecticut Department of Energy Services and Public Protection, acting through its Division of Energy Management and Homeland Security, DESSP, DEMS, awarded a certain grant, DEMHS grant, number 022C099A, to the town of North Branford, and now therefore be it resolved, the town of North Branford, acting by and through its town manager, Michael Downs, is hereby authorized and directed to execute and deliver to DEP, DEMS, any and all documents on behalf of the town of North Branford, and to do and perform all acts and things which the town manager deems to be necessary or appropriate, including but not limited to executing and delivering any and all documents and agreements as required by DEMHS, number 022C099A.
Second.
All right, motion by Counselor Diamond, seconded by Counselor Angeloni. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Wonderful, thank you. Okay, thank you for catching that. On to item 14, citizen statements and petitions.
It's in the.
Seeing none, moving on, I'll accept the motion for adjournment.
So moved.
One comment, Mr. Mayor, on line,
Yes.
Cliff Potter, regarding the whole energy conversation. I think we need more info on the amount of power we get, how to divide it properly. The more you divide it, each piece will get a little bit less used.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Potter, appreciate your input. Certainly it's something to consider. All right. And we have a motion by Counselor Angeloni, I believe second by Counselor Abelson. All right, any discussion? All right, again, if there's ever any items that we want to add to the agenda and we want to go into further, please feel free to
It's on the
get
memo.
them over to
Bottom of the memo.
Mr. Downs' office, and we will have them added to the agenda. Other than that, I will take a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Mike, did you get